Hey, what's going on, you guys? Mr. Money1235 back here yet again for the Q&A, the highly anticipated Q&A. I can tell you guys right now, even before editing this, that this video is gonna be fucking long. I'm actually getting to the point now of where I think I'm gonna have to start maybe doing these Q&As in 2 parts now because I don't know if it's just because of the subscriber count or more people are getting into actually asking their questions instead of just kind of staying in the background or what it is, but I love long ass videos. I'm expecting this to be I don't know, probably another hour's worth of stuff. But whatever. If you're fine with it, I'll just keep it in one video, but if you would prefer for it to be in 2 parts, then just let me know, and I will start splicing them into 1 and 2 parts. The only problem that I have doing that is that the first video always has so many more views than the second video. I don't know why that is. It's like people watch the first one and then they just don't go watch the second one. So I'd rather not do it that way, but if people would prefer it so that these aren't so damn long, then I'll do it that way, whichever. Before I get into the questions, though, I want to talk to you guys about what I've been up to. I've had an insanely crazy weekend. It is 2 o'clock in the morning right now. I just got back from seeing my friend Chris. He has a band called Southern Thunder. They play country and classic rock music. And, you know, some older country, some modern country, which I'm not too hot on. It sounded better live. But they played Take It Easy by the Eagles, you know, My Girl by the Temptations, fucking sick. We got crazy, dancing, just jumping around like a bunch of fucking morons, just screaming along to Take It Easy by the Eagles. Just, that was so good. Brown Eyed Girl by Van Morrison, we were singing that one out loud. That one was fucking awesome. We did the twist, or the white man's dance, and, yeah, doing the twist was fucking awesome. A bunch of really old people there, but some of the coolest old ladies I have ever met in my life. If there were old ladies that danced and partied down that hard at the Paul McCartney concert I went to, the concert would have been so much better. But alas, this place was fucking awesome. Great show. Had a whole lot of fun supporting a friend. He's a guitar player, really good guitar player. I kind of wish I was him so that I could play guitar as good as he does, but alas, I'm not, so I'll just go support someone who can do it well. Sorry, I'm pulling up the questions over here. On Friday night, we had a friend's Thanksgiving. The day after Thanksgiving, you know, we all just got together and ate food together, and, you know, it's just having fun with friends all weekend. It's been quite an experience. Fun has to die down though. Tomorrow I have to go to work from 2:30 to 5:30 for a basketball game on the radio. So whatever, it's back to reality, but the fun doesn't have to end because I have you guys to entertain now. So yeah, let's answer some of you guys' questions. Well, actually, one more thing. I got some new vinyl that I wanted to share with you guys. Here's Buddy Holly and the Chirping Crickets. Buddy Holly's first album. This is amazing from start to end. Great mid-50s rock and roll record. Been asking some people which debut album's better. Please Please Me by the Beatles or Buddy Holly and the Chirping Crickets, because this is his first album. It's so good from front to end. Just a great rock and roll record from the mid-50s. Absolutely love it. I also got Elvis the Sun Sessions. Probably one of his best works, in my opinion. Yeah, it's just so good. So many awesome songs. Blue Moon of Kentucky, I Don't Care If the Sun Don't Shine. Fucking You're a Heartbreaker. You're left, you're right, I'm left, you're right, she's gone. Just so good. Just a great little LP. I don't know if I shared this or not, I can't remember, but my girlfriend got me a new remastered copy of Led Zeppelin's Houses of the Holy, which is another one of my favorite Led Zeppelin albums. It has the song No Quarter on it, which is one of my favorite Led Zeppelin songs. So, yeah, Houses of the Holy by Led Zeppelin. It's fucking awesome. And yesterday we also had another kind of record store day thing for Black Friday. I know that happened a little bit all around the country. And my friend picked me up Tune In Tokyo by Green Day. This is a limited edition Record Store Day release for Black Friday. Being a huge Green Day fan, I'm so glad my friend picked this up for me. That was so nice of him. Contains a bunch of songs from the Warning album, because this was recorded in 2001, like a year after Warning came out. This was like pre-American Idiot shit right here, and it's really good. They played the songs Church on Sunday, Castaway, Blood, Sex, and Booze, King for a Day, Waiting, Minority, and Macy's Day Parade are the songs included on here. Great live performance. Just really fun to listen to. Something to go along with the beautiful Demolicious vinyl that I have over there. So anyway, fun stuff, fun friends, good music, some new vinyl. Things are going swimmingly. So, let's get to you guys' questions here. Yeah, finally, right? Alright. First question here. What do you think about the Bee Gees? I like the Bee Gees, good 70s disco. I don't know a ton by them. We play How Deep Is Your Love at the radio station. I love that song. And of course, Staying Alive is the huge one that everybody knows. You know, Saturday Night Fever in itself, good movie. Yeah, just I like the Bee Gees. I mean, I should get more into the Bee Gees. I'd probably really enjoy that. Least favorite song on American Idiot. Oh my god. My least favorite song in American Idiot. I'm not used to this question. I'm always used to, like, what's your favorite song? And then I can't pick. It's Jesus of Suburbia, by the way, for favorite. But least favorite? Maybe Extraordinary Girl? If I had to pick one, but I fucking love that song. What did you like Green Day's work with the network? Actually, not really. I love fucking Foxborough Hot Tubs, though. Foxborough Hot Tubs is an amazing album. I didn't really care for the network that much. It was just kind of weird. I don't know. How many times a week do you rub one out? It kind of depends on, like, what type of week I'm having. Like, if it's a really busy week and I get sleepier at the end of the day, I'll probably just go to bed and not even think about it. Most of the time it's like 3 or 4, I guess. It also depends on how much actual real sex I have, as well. Because like if I have sex, I'm pretty good for like 2 days before I start the need to like fucking like want to do it again. So it kind of has some factors on it. I guess the average is like 3 to 4. Will you re-review Park Life and 13 by Blur? I really should do that. My discography review of Blur got really fucked up because YouTube took down the 2 videos that I have for those reviews because they got claimed by copyright. I had used some clips from an award show in the Park Life review, and YouTube wasn't cool with that. Kind of ruined that, but I should put up another re-review because Blur is just one of my favorites. And will you continue your discography reviews? Yeah, if I ever have the inkling to do it again. There's a few bands that I could possibly do other discography reviews for, but I don't know, I get back on it. There's a lot of things that people want me to do that I haven't done. They want me to review some Radiohead, they want me to review some Smashing Pumpkins. It's just some things that I just don't even really think about that much. I don't really understand the big hoopla with Radiohead, personally. I like one album of theirs, and that's OK Computer, and that's the most mainstream thing I can say right now. I actually sat down and legit tried to listen to Kid A one day. I got to like the 4th song on there, and I was just tuned out, just bored. Anyway, so, do you know the Chester Bennington side project Dead by Sunrise? I haven't heard of that. I'll have to check that out. What about your 3 less favorite songs on every Beatles album? Oh my god, dude, you guys are asking the tough questions. Alright. I'll have to get them here. My 3 least favorite songs from every Beatles album. I'm assuming you mean the UK releases because they're the standards all over the world, and I'm probably not going to do it for every Beatles album I have because that would take way too long. This already is going to take a while. Least favorite song on Please Please Me. Damn, I can't do it. This album is so perfect. Oh my god, you're killing me, man. A Taste of Honey, I guess. Anna, Go to Him. And I can't believe I'm picking the one Lennon McCartney song, one of the only ones on here, but There's a Place, I guess. I love them to death, though. With the Beatles. This one is going to be fucking impossible. I love this album from beginning to end. If I had to pick, though, Little Child, Devil in Her Heart, and Not a Second Time. But once again, I love it from beginning to end. This one's going to be fucking impossible. Okay, A Hard Day's Night is perfect from beginning to end. If I had to pick, though, once again, Anytime at All, Things We Said Today, When I Get Home. I feel so dirty. I feel like I need a fucking bath after doing this. Beatles for Sale. Let's see. No Reply, Mr. Moonlight, and shit. I can't pick another one. I'll have to go with, I guess I'll have to go with Kansas City, even though, once again, I love all these songs. Help! This is gonna be fucking impossible. I guess I Need You. Dizzy Miss Lizzie, and Tell Me What You See. I feel so nasty, I can't do this. Alright, Rubber Soul. You Won't See Me. Girl and Wait, I guess. Revolver. I Want to Tell You. Tomorrow Never Knows, and Yellow Submarine for Revolver. Sgt. Pepper's, this is going to be fucking impossible. Good Morning, Good Morning. Fixing a Hole and Getting Better, I guess. God, I love all those songs. Magical Mystery Tour, it's going to be impossible. Flying. Your Mother Should Know. Baby, You're a Rich Man. White Album, got some more options there. Wild Honey Pie, Revolution 9, and Revolution 1, I guess, for White. That one was a little bit more cliche and easy, wasn't it? Yellow Submarine soundtrack, Pepperland, Sea of Time, Sea of Holes. Now, Pepperland's pretty good, actually. Sea of Time, Sea of Holes, Sea of Monsters. That one was easy. Abbey Road. I can't really say anything on the second half because the medley is awesome. I guess, I Want You, She's So Heavy. Sometimes that can get drawn out a little bit. Oh Darling, and Come Together, just because I've heard it so much. Let It Be. I'm gonna have to say Dig It, Maggie May, and I can't do it. Two of Us, I guess. Oh, that was hard to do. Alright, next question. I forget which one, but you once said you hated metal but liked Metallica's Black Album. Have you ever heard Ride the Lightning by them? If not, listen to it right away. My dad has a copy of it, but I don't have one. I should listen to that. Do you like the Strokes? If so, what are your favorite albums, and what do you think of Julia Campoblas's solo work? One guy already said he doesn't like them very much, and he said, no! Yeah, I've never really given the Strokes the time of day, really. I mean, they were really, really popular in my high school. And I enjoyed the album Angles by them for the 80s style, like, synthesizer-y stuff that was happening on that album. So, you know, I can't really comment on anything else that they've done, though, just because I haven't heard it. Do you like Foo Fighters? If so, what are your thoughts on the new album Sonic Highways? Foo Fighters are overrated. The best thing the Foo Fighters ever put out was their Greatest Hits album. And so I have not listened to Sonic Highways. I haven't cared to. The album Wasting Light, though, was pretty rocking. Thoughts on Alkaline Trio? I think they're severely underrated. I've heard of them. I haven't listened to them though. Making me feel. You guys are making me feel terrible right now. If you were one of the original startup Pokemon, which one would you be? Charmander, Bulbasaur, Squirtle, or Pikachu? The guy who asked this question is actually in my class. I'm not kidding. I talk to this guy at my school every day. I guess I'd want to be Squirtle, because that's the one that I always picked when I played Pokemon Red and all the originals. I don't know. I like water. I like the water type. Misty's hot. Do you know who At the Drive-In are? If so, are you a fan? And what are your favorite albums by them? I went and listened to them after you asked this question, and I didn't really like them that much. What's your favorite extreme metal genre, or do you dislike them all equally? I pretty much dislike them all equally. The only time that I really enjoy metal is when it introduces something a little bit more unique, something that kind of differentiates them from any other metal act. I keep on using this example over and over again, but it's one of the only bands that I can truly say kind of do that, and it's the band Nightwish. Nightwish incorporates like violin and thematic operatic vocals in their music and stuff like that, and Nightwish just kind of they pull off the harder music in a little bit more of an accessible and entertaining way. Their song The Poet and the Pendulum, if you haven't heard that, go listen to that song, because it's awesome. But yeah, other than that, if they don't do that, I'm probably not going to enjoy it. It's just, I like music that makes me feel, gives me a little bit more of emotion, and I just don't feel anything when I listen to that shit. I don't feel anything when I listen to extreme metal. It's just, I don't feel at all. It doesn't make me feel it just makes me feel annoyed. What song would you want playing as you stepped on the moon? Walking on the Moon by the Police. As You Died, I'm Going to Do It by Giles Corey. It's a song about killing yourself. And At Your Funeral. A song that I won't play at my funeral. It's kind of morbid. I haven't even thought of this one. Let's see. I'd probably want something that everybody would like. It'd probably be some type of Gorillaz song. Everybody at the church has to listen to all of Demon Days. You know, somebody you have to listen to Demon Days in its entirety at the service. So yeah, that'd probably be it there. What political party are you? I'm a part of the Pizza Party. I really don't give a shit. I guess there's things that I agree with on both sides. Is kind of my problem. I agree with the liberals on some things, and I agree with conservatives on some things. I think a tad bit of more is liberal, though, just because I do support gay marriage. You know, the social issues I can kind of get on the side of liberals more often than I can conservatives. What are some of your favorite movies? Well, like the rest of the world, I've been coming over the fucking Star Wars Episode 7 trailer. That shit looks incredible. I love the fucking hilt guard lightsaber. I don't know what everybody's bitching about. I think that shit looks cool as hell. And who cares how practical it is if it's so close to cutting his hand off. Who the fuck cares? That shit looks cool. The X-Wings going over the water. This is sick. Yeah, I like the Star Wars, Indiana Jones, the Simon Pegg movies, Paul, Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, Run, Fat Boy, Run. Yeah, I love Simon Pegg, Nick Frost, those British comedies. I'm looking forward to seeing Hector and the Search for Happiness. Yeah, How to Lose Friends and Alienate People. That's another Simon Pegg movie that's pretty good. Jeez, man, there's a lot of films. I really like Quentin Tarantino, Pulp Fiction, Django Unchained. Django Unchained is fucking badass. I love that movie. Bullet in a Bible by Green Day. It's a great concert. Showtime by Blur. That's a great concert movie. No Distance Left to Run, the documentary they made about Blur. That one's really good. Bananas, the film about Gorillaz behind the scenes creation. Really, really good. Desert Island album. What do you mean by that? Do you mean like an album that I would take with me to a deserted island? I'm just going to type that into the is the land. I'm just going to type that into the internet to see if I can figure out what you're talking about. Okay, I have no idea what you're talking about, so I can't really answer that question. If you could have dinner with 3 people, living or dead, who would it be? Damon Albarn, for sure. Billy Joe from Green Day. That'd be sick. And John Lennon. Yeah. If you could play a set list with 3 people, living or dead, on stage, who would they be? Those same 3 fucking people. God, that'd be mind-blowing. And can you review some Radiohead? I will review OK Computer, because it's the only one that I know from front to back. Eventually. Do you agree with the Ferguson verdict? Okay. After all the evidence was presented and all that shit, I'm fine with it. The dude was doing his job. I mean, do I feel like he had to kill the guy coming at him? I don't think so. He could have like shot him in the fucking leg or some shit. But you know, then again, when you're in a scary ass situation like that, you're going to do the first thing you think of, and that is to kill a motherfucker if they're attacking you or whatever. So, you know, I'm fine with it. What do you think about the band Tool, and what are your favorite songs by them? Tool are a little bit too, I don't know. It takes too long to get to the point of their songs. Thoughts on Radiohead? Once again, I think Radiohead are a tiny bit overrated. I don't understand the whole love with that. Thoughts on Arctic Monkeys? Once again, I don't really care for them that much. I mean, there's a few things I like by them. You guys make me feel like I don't like anything right now. I like one of their first albums when they first came out. That was a song I like. Thoughts on the Battle of Britpop, Blur versus Oasis? Well, Blur won. Blur won the battle against Blur and Oasis. I actually talked about this a little bit in my Park Life review. They got taken off of YouTube. But you know, the Oasis put out the single "Roll With It," which is an amazing song, by the way. I really think it's good. And Blur put out "Country House" single on the same day. And Blur sold more singles, which in turn mean that they won the Britpop war. And you know, the death threat thing that they had going against them and stuff like that is nuts. They're actually pretty good friends now, Damon and Noel or whatever. But yeah, back in the day, man, that was a heated thing. I'm just glad that Blur won, because I personally think Blur is a better band. I mean, Oasis has that thing when they talk about Blur that, oh, they're just cheeky fucking chimney sweeping music, you know, they're just too fucking la 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 di da, you know, fucking, and Oasis are like, the rock music that we play is way better, and they're good. They're really good. It's just Blur is way more creative than Oasis. Blur has a whole lot more talent than Oasis. Blur has the ability to create an album and then the next album sound totally fucking different. You know, Oasis put out the same damn rock album every time, and it was great. Really good songs. I mean, Dig Out Your Soul, amazing album from Oasis. Probably one of the most different things that they've ever done, actually. Dig Out Your Soul. But still, Oasis, great. Blur, great. Blur, just more creative and better, I think. They create more diverse records, and that to me means that they're better. Thoughts on Think Tank Enhanced Edition, the one that came out in 2003 with the book. That's actually the version that I have. That was the first time that I had ever bought Think Tank. I had never owned the standard edition of Think Tank before until I got the Blur 21 box set. The standard edition was just looked like this or whatever, but the enhanced edition was this felt book cover, Think Tank in gold and stuff like that, and on the inside were the lyrics to all of the songs, and like notes and scribbles from Damon while he was writing the album, kind of. There's a Park Life up there. I put the song times beside each song when I was a little kid. Um, yeah, I've had this thing forever. This was the first Blur album that I ever owned. So I didn't know no different. It was just what was inside the FYE. It was in the enhanced edition. You put it in here, there's 4 live performances. If you put this into a computer, 4 live performances from the album. So that was mine. Love the thing. Thanks from Scotland. Oh, thank you for watching me, dude from Scotland. Ever tried listening to Deftones? I listened to the album White Pony. Meh. Sorry I took up the whole comment section. Yeah. Are you thinking about getting the Led Zeppelin remasters? And have you found out anything about Red Dead Redemption 2? Also, I would watch if you live streamed. Why, thank you. Yeah, I would love to live stream if I can get popular enough. If I can get to the point of when I post a video and it immediately get views, then I would think about live streaming, because that means somebody would automatically be interested and enter into the chat room or whatever the hell, so that we could talk. So yeah, another issue that I have with that though is that I have a whole lot of viewers. I've noticed that watch me from the other side of the fucking globe. I mean, I've got a lot of UK viewers, I've got some South American viewers, I've got some people all over the world watching me, and the time zone really conflicts a whole lot with when people can actually do it. I tried live streaming when I lived at my other apartment, and I had one guy enter the room, and it just didn't work. I want to do it again though, because it would be so much fun if we could talk back and forth and interact for like 2 or some hours, and then I upload the video and you can watch it all and be like, hey, that's the part where I asked him that question, or that's when I made him do that embarrassing thing. It would be so much fun. We would make a party out of it. But you know, whatever. What's the rarest Gorillaz item that you own? Your favorite Gorillaz album? Have you seen the Gorilla Bites videos? Favorite Gorilla music video? What's the one thing you don't have Gorillaz that you want? Are you planning on doing a gaming channel? P.S. Any Gorilla stuff can be replaced with anything Damon has done. P.S. Any of the Gorilla stuff can be replaced with anything Damon has done, but I would like it to be Gorillaz. P.S. Gorillaz or Green Day, which is better? The rarest Gorillaz album I own, it'd probably have to be that damn box that I showed you guys, because like I said, I haven't seen another one of those. If you haven't watched my video, go check out Gorillaz and GTA 5 $50 for an empty box video. Go check that out. I go into way more detail about that box. That's the rarest thing I think I own. I would love to get a copy of the We Are the Dewey, the interview CD that they did. I'm sure I could get that on eBay really easily. I'd like to get that, and I'd also like to get the Gorillaz Rubik's Cube. They made a real-life Rubik's Cube. If you watch the beginning of the 19 through 2000 music video, there's a Rubik's Cube hanging from the rearview mirror of the Jeep, and I'd love to have that thing. That'd be another really rare thing to have, especially that first album stuff, because that was phase 1. That's been a long time ago, 2001, so it'd probably be really hard to find one of those. I do have a copy of Rise of the Ogre, the book that they wrote. I do have the 3 DVDs, I guess the 4 DVDs. I have Celebrity Takedown, Slow Boat to Hades. They never put out a DVD to go along with Plastic Beach, which is really disappointing, but I do have Gorillaz Live, Demon Days Live, and I also have Bananas. So I have most of the Gorillaz movies. So, whatever. Yeah, I've seen all of the Gorillaz Bites videos because they're all on the 2 DVDs that I mentioned. Celebrity Takedown and Slow Boat to Hades. I love the Gorillaz Bites. Favorite Gorillaz music video? In terms of sheer art style and shit like that, it'd probably have to be the Feel Good Inc. music video. I know that's cliche as hell, but I just love the imagery and the scenery, the windmill coming out of the clouds, and just how that shit looks, just looks really nice. Even to this day, that shit looks legit, you know? Are you planning on doing a gaming channel? Yeah, if my dumbass friend will let me borrow his fucking thing. his damn capture card. He's been talking about doing it himself, but he hasn't uploaded shit. He's just too lazy, I think. But he's the one with the thing, and if he won't let me borrow it, then I can't film shit. But I want to start one. Any of Gorillaz stuff can be replaced with anything Damon has done. I don't know. I don't totally understand that. Gorillaz or Green Day, which is better? Gorillaz. Gorillaz are better than Green Day because kind of the same reason why Blur is better than Oasis. Gorillaz create more music than just punk rock. So more creativity, more diverse albums makes them a little bit better in my mind. If you were to be sent away somewhere with no internet, what albums and individual songs would you bring for nostalgia to remind you of home? When I think of home, I always think about things that my parents listen to. So I'd probably have to take like Dave Matthews Band and Jimmy Buffett CDs because my parents are huge fucking Parrot heads. I've seen Jimmy Buffett like 5 or 6 times in concert because I got dragged to him. I personally not a huge fan of Jimmy Buffett, but I do like a few songs. So that I'd probably have to bring Demon Days by Gorillaz again. Every single Beatles album ever. The entire Green Day discography. Shit. Yeah, I guess. It's kind of hard to answer. For a new album in 2016, would you prefer the studio albums or B-sides for Gorillaz? I would prefer a new album, but I'm dying to hear the B-sides anyway. How about both? Can I say both? But if I can't say both, I would prefer a new album, but I would still love to hear the B-sides. Jesus Christ, please. If you owned a record label that would be called... If you owned a record label, what would it be called? And out of anyone in the world, who would you sign to it? No limits. I don't know. Mooney's Records or some shit. That'd be fucking cool. I would probably sign bands that I feel like had a little bit more of experimentation going into them. I'd sign bands that have some creativity, some juices going into them that I think could be pushed out in a cool way. I'd probably sign Gorillaz, obviously, and let's see, what other bands? I'd probably sign Mute Math, Gorillaz, Mute Math, Beck. I'd sign Beck, even though I don't really totally enjoy all of Beck's music. The album Sea Change is a little boring to me. Trying to think right off the top of my head some other things. The Killers. Day and Age is such an amazing album. Caravan Palace, Avicii, Rival Sons, Disclosure. So yeah, some bands like that. Some bands that fit into a certain like genre, but they kind of experiment outside of the limits of that genre. It makes interesting music. I like that shit. I like it. Are you aware of the Blur track I Got Law? Yeah, I actually had the album Demo Crazy for a while. It's kind of it's a precursor to a goddamn Gorillaz song. Yeah, Tomorrow Comes Today. What's the worst trend in music today? 5 Seconds of Summer and One Direction. That needs to die. Luckily it will, though, just like every other fucking boy band shit in the world. And fucking One Direction winning Artist of the Year at the AMAs. World needs to wake the fuck up. Out of all the musicians that have been popular in the last few years, who will be remembered 20 years' time as classics? Go watch my Gene Simmons Rock Music is Dead video. Look for the comments on that. I think you'd find that very interesting. Who is your favorite Family Guy character and why? Also, what's the most underrated band? My favorite Family Guy character is Stewie, just because he's fucking funny. And it's so weird. Like, the early seasons of Family Guy, Stewie was like evil, but in the later episodes of Family Guy, he's like gay. But in a funny way, I don't know. Stewie's just the shit, dude. He's so funny and cute at some points too. And what's the most underrated band? There's a lot of bands that I listen to that I consider to be underrated. Avicii, I consider him to be underrated, even though he does get some airplay, but I don't feel like we're pushing him up to the mainstream levels that we should be pushing him to, because Avicii just has some fucking tunes, dude. Musically, he's just so much more advanced in the world of electronic music. I cannot wait for his new album. There's a song that features Billy Joe on the new album that I can't wait to listen to. So yeah, I think he's underrated. I think Caravan Palace is underrated. More people should listen to Caravan Palace, because that gives you some culture, some classical musical culture, while also incorporating EDM dance music, which people enjoy. So it's just the best of both worlds. When you want to hear some classical instrumentation from France along with EDM music, it's fucking perfect, and it's so good. They made one really good album. The second album wasn't so good. The second album has like 4 amazing fucking songs. The rest of them aren't that good, but the first album is great. So yeah, I think they're really underrated. People should check them more out, honestly. So yeah, those two especially. I'm sure there's more, I just can't think of them right off the top of my head. Do you think Gorillaz will make a 20-year anniversary? I don't know. I mean, Damon's really busy doing other things. I doubt they'll do anything special for a 20-year anniversary. That would be cool, though. I mean, it depends on where they are and when they get to that point, you know. What are your top 5 favorite Beatles albums? Okay, well, I do like that you let me pick 5 instead of like 3 or some shit. It's still gonna be really hard. All right, if you are legit, if I can only pick 5 Beatles albums, even though I want to shoot myself in the face for not including one of them, especially, Hard Day's Night, Sgt. Pepper, With the Beatles, Abbey Road, and one, in my opinion, I think their best album, the White Album, honestly. Thoughts on Mr. Mooney 1235. I honestly think this channel sucks ass. I don't put out videos enough, and I'm not giving the people what they want just because I don't feel like making it, and I just make what I want, and that's not what people want, but I can't make myself do something I don't want to do, so I do the shit I want to do, and then nobody watches it because that's not what they wanted, and I hate myself, and it's not going anywhere. But whatever. I mean, it is how it is. And I've got the 1,253 people who enjoy this shit, so I'm happy for that, and that's good. Anyway, moving on. Remember me? Yes, Catbot, I remember you. Do you like listening to Electric Light Orchestra? Fuck yeah, I like Electric Light Orchestra. I love the song Four Little Diamonds. That song is so underrated. It never shows up on any of the greatest hits albums that they come out with. And I don't know why. Four Little Diamonds is their best song. The song Don't Bring Me Down, Turn to Stone, Evil Woman. Those guys are fucking on fire. Love them. How about MGMT? Not so much. Have you ever tried listening to The Residents? I know what you're getting at here. I'm not listening to that noisy fucking stupid bullshit. Who's the most evil person in your everyday life right now? I know one person, but I'm not talking about it anymore. Which do you think can accomplish more, artists or bands? I feel like bands can accomplish more when you got more people working together than I just feel like you can create more out of that when you're not just by yourself and you hire somebody else to come up with ideas for you. It's kind of cheating. I feel like bands who have creative control can really just put out a bunch of shit, and it's really good. So, bands, I would say. I have a friend who, when it comes to music, isn't really all that knowing. He says in order to be a music fan, you have to like all kinds of music. I kind of agree with that, honestly. I'm be like, I'm a music fan, and I enjoy rock and rock. I like rock music and pop rock, and I like rock. And it's like, alright, that's fucking cool. Have you listened to any MC Yogi? It's a fucking some cool ass like Middle Eastern meets the Beastie Boys type shit, and they'll be like, "Oh, that's really weird shit. I don't like that at all because it's not what I'm used to." And then you're like, "All right, then I don't know. I think liking a whole bunch of different types of music is just it's really good to being a music fan because it's like like you like all different types of music. I mean, there's some things, you can't like everything. I mean, you're not going to like everything. I'm sorry, I'm kind of tired right now. You're not going to like everything. I mean, like, I don't like heavy metal, like, metal music and shit like that. I don't really enjoy that junk. But I still consider myself to be a real well-rounded and open-minded person when it comes to certain things. And there are a shit ton of things out there in the world that people are praising the hell of right now. And I just, I don't understand it at all. Swans to Be Kind, for example. Everybody, Anthony Fantano, 10 out of 10. Everybody, album of the year. And I'm just like, oh, why? You listen to the first. I listened to the first 3 songs on that album, and I'm like, hey, this is pretty good. And then I got to like that 10-minute long one, and then it was just like that same repeating fucking bow down, bow down, bow down, bow down, like fucking 30 minutes. I'm just like, this just sucks. I don't understand. How do you keep your records clean? No matter how much you protect them, they never stay clean. I try to really like I pick them up by the edges like you're supposed to, and I always put them back into their slips, into the sleeves, and then back into the jacket. I always try to make sure I do that every time, and I always like take a really clean, like really soft cloth, and kind of try to get all the dust out off of them. I try to keep them looking new every time. That's about as far as I go. I don't have like that cleaning solution shit or any of that. That's just how I've been doing it, and they play good. I mean, there's certain albums that I've had a while now that are still playing really good. So, have you ever listened to the Laws? I think you'd like them. They're from Liverpool and sound a lot like the Beatles. I went and listened to that after you told me about it. I actually kind of like that a little bit. Yeah. Have you ever listened to New Order? I didn't listen to that, no. But I'll have to listen to those songs that you did. On another note, do you like TMNT? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I didn't see that fucking remake, and no, I guess then I can't even tell you all their names. I know Donatello, Michelangelo. I don't know. I don't care. Would you ever do a fan meetup on GTA 5 for PS3 because I don't have a PS4 yet? Sure. I've played with some people on GTA 5. I don't get on PS3 a whole lot anymore, though. Thoughts on Sum 41? I really liked their album Chuck from back in the day. That one was pretty good. Do you like Metalocalypse? Oh, no, not really. That show on Adult Swim. What's your favorite cheesy new wave synth pop song from the 80s? Cliche as hell, but Take On Me by Aha. Like, every single time I hear that fucking song, all I picture is big hair, the music video to that song, and I just get drowned in 80s nostalgia when I hear Take On Me by Aha. Just amazing song. One of the best ever. Could you please review some Radiohead albums? God damn it, I gotta review some Radiohead albums. Thoughts on Fun? Fuck fun. I mean, I like having fun, but I don't fuck fun. Favorite Damon Albarn albums to least favorite Damon Albarn albums? Oh, God. I can't name everything. He's done so much shit, and I swear to God, I probably don't have something. Okay, so we're going from best to worst then, huh? Alright, okay, I don't know if I can do this right now. I have to I'll tell you what, I will make a separate video for this. I need some more time to think. Mm-hmm. Have you ever thought of losing weight because you'll only get fatter if you don't exercise, or does it not bother you? I've thought about it. You don't like my big fat face? Boxers or briefs? I wear these things that are like both at the same time. They're like tight in the crotch, but they're long in the leg, like boxers. They're boxer briefs. That's kind of what I have, actually. Kind of gotten used to that. It's like best of both worlds. It cradles and it's also airy. Favorite songs from each Black Keys album. The Big Come Up. Their cover of She Said, She Said is pretty good. I really like All Hands Against His Own off of Rubber Factory. That song is fucking sick. There's a lot more songs like that I think are fucking awesome. Magic Potion here. Just a Little Heat. Love that fucking song. Brothers. We have gonna go with 10 Cent Pistol, because that song is badass. And for this album, for El Camino, I'm still gonna have to go Gold on the Ceiling, but I love the whole damn thing. It's rocking. Turn Blue has got to be Gotta Get Away, the last song on the album, because it kind of sounds like a CCR song. And for Attack and Release, it'd have to be Strange Times. And if I'm missing one, I'm sorry. That's all I have. So, thoughts on thoughts. They're good. Sometimes. Sometimes they're not so good. I'm really having a hard time thinking thoughts right now. Do you watch cartoonists on YouTube like One Eyed Psycho Pebbles, Ego Raptor, those guys and shit? No, I've never even heard of that. Alex Turner Submarine EP. I listened to it when you posted this question and I liked it a lot. I'll give you that. Do you believe in Chin Chin? I worship Chin Chin. He is my religion. I sacrifice myself to Chin Chin if I could. Do you like Seth MacFarlane's music? Seth MacFarlane really enjoys the big band shit. And I haven't listened to his Christmas album that he put out. But I need to listen to that because I'm sure I would like it. The songs that he writes for Family Guy are fucking amazing. Shapoopy and the damn song that he did in that Alcoholics Anonymous episode was fucking awesome. Mr. Booze. Listen to Mr. Booze. Go find that clip on YouTube. That song is amazing. Favorite type of weather? I really like rainy weather. Not like thunderstorm, but just the fucking rain, you know? I like it coming down lightly. I like after the rain stops, the air just feels so moist and fresh. I love it. I love rainy weather. I would really do good in London. Would you rather brutally murder your parents or try to give anal to your grandparents? I'd have to fuck my grandparents because I love my parents so damn much. I have like the best parents in the world. They're so supportive. They give me what I want. And yeah, they're the best parents in the world. I'd have to fuck my grandparents in the ass. What did you think of that Robert Downey Jr. and Sting performing Driven to Tears thing? I went and checked that out because I didn't even hear of this, but it like happened at the beginning of this year. That was amazing. Robert Downey Jr. can fucking sing. And Driven to Tears is one of my favorite Police songs, so I thought that was great. What's the first album that comes to your mind when you hear the word album? I always think of those concept album type of things where all of the songs, you kind of have to listen to the full album to really get the sense of what the album's trying to portray. Like, I think Pretty Odd by Panic at the Disco is a good example of that. I think The Avalanches, Since I Left You, is another really great example of that. I think Odd Soul by Mute Math is a good example of that. I think pretty much every Beatles album is a pretty good example of that. I think American Idiot by Green Day is a good example of that. I always think of those albums where it feels like a complete listen, you know, when you're listening to it. You gotta listen to the whole fucking thing. So those are some examples. Favorite Justin Bieber urban lure. Notebook, whatever the hell the name of that album was. Do you like Queen? Is this the real life? I have a Night at the Opera and News of the World and the 2 Greatest Hits collections. So yes, I do like Queen. Do you like The Lonely Island? I just had sex and it felt so good. Yeah, I like The Lonely Island. Some of this shit's really funny. That Jack Sparrow song is fucking good too. What's your favorite Beatle besides John, Paul, George, he? Pete Best. At what age did you lose your virginity and were you both satisfied with your first time? That would be a big fucking no. I was 17 when I lost my virginity, and after I came, she looked up at me and said, "That was sex?" True story. And it hurt my self-esteem, but it's okay because it's been 5-7 years since then now, and I'm pretty damn good at laying the shit to her. Has a Mormon ever walked to your door? I got visited by some religious kooks. I don't think they were Mormon, but they were fucking wanting me to join their cult or religion, whatever. Same thing. And I was like, yeah, you know, I don't really have time to talk about this right now. I gotta get up to go to work and stuff like that. I was like, okay, well, we'll come by tomorrow. What time we get out of work? And be like, I told him sometime, and then I purposely went to my girlfriend's apartment in the town next to mine the next night, just so that they would come to my door and I wouldn't be there. And then they left me some card on my door saying, "We're so sorry that you didn't talk to us and shit." And I was like, fuck, I didn't want to talk to y'all in the beginning. So anyway, that was all of the questions. There was a shit ton from like one dude on this thing. So, congratulations. This is kind of this is your Q&A video. I'm sorry I'm doing this so tired right now. This is probably weird video to watch. Anyway, sorry some of those answers were kind of lame. Tried my best with what I got, but I've been waiting way too long to do this, and this is the only time that I had time because girlfriend's going to be here tomorrow night and I won't be able to. So, take it or leave it. I like Cage the Elephant. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'm going to bed because I got to work tomorrow. Alright. Later, dolls.